Growing up was tough, and boxing, this is all I've got. So if I don't give it my absolute all, you know, in 10 years from now, I can't do and be where I'm at. So I'm real passionate. Some people think I'm a villain, but people that really know me and know boxing know the kind of person I am. I'm a very give back kind of guy, and I have time for everybody. I believe in my ability, and when you got guys sitting there saying that they're going to knock you out, this and that, I know that it's all talk, and I get defensive about that, you know what I mean? And I say, well, if you believe you can knock me out, let's do it. You know, let's make it happen. Get your team to contact my team, or, you know, give us a fair deal and give the fight fans what they want to see. COVID's been pretty crazy, not only for me, but for everybody. We've just tried to stay real positive. We've got a great team. We've just been in the gym working on what we need to work on and just in preparation for our next fight. I've changed gyms, transitioned to Team Alice. You know, me and Team LeBruna, he's an absolute animal and a machine at what he does. We sat down together and we talked about taking over my management role. We just thought that would be the best fit for us. So he's a part of the team. We still talk every day. Big Sammy, he's one of the best in the business. Last year's fight with Jeff Horn was a blockbuster. I believe it should have been stopped in the 9th round. I think the ref made a terrible decision. The rule in boxing, if the referee is concerned about either one of the fighters, whether it be me or Jeff, the fight gets stopped. And he stopped the fight. He was concerned about Jeff's health and well-being, and he stopped the fight and gave him a 50-second rest, which then lost momentum for myself, cleaned up his cut, which I've never seen ever happen, then continued the fight. I got caught with that overhand right, which again, credit to Jeff Horn, but again, that right hand would have never landed if he didn't get the rest. You know what I mean? He was in all kinds of trouble. He was tired, he was hurt. But again, it is what it is. I just hope I never have that ref again. Well, I'll make sure I'll never have that ref again. So in the Tszyu and Horn fight, obviously Horn come back to the corner, was gassed, was hurt, told Glenn Rushton that he didn't want to continue on, and it was actually pretty disappointing to see that Glenn Rushton wanted to continue the fight, kept telling him to throw one more punch. I'm all for a trainer motivating their fighter to continue, but as soon as a fighter comes back and says that he's done and doesn't want to continue, I truly believe the fight needs to be stopped. Glenn Rushton didn't have any idea what he's doing. The Horn that rocked out was very, very ordinary. You know, I wasn't really impressed. I truly believe the two fights that Jeff Horn had with me damaged him. You know, if that Jeff Horn rocked up the same against Tszyu, I would have stopped him in 3 rounds or less. I'm not the only one that thinks that. I've had people in his team say the same thing. I've had promoters say the same thing. I handled him a lot better. You know, I had him at distance. I was hurting him. If you look at the aftermath of the fight, he was covered in blood. He needed surgery after my fight. He was hurt. He's mentioned numerous times, I'm an animal, I'm a beast, and he'll never fight me again. I truly believe I went out there and showed a better display of boxing. Tszyu only has one way. He's a neat, outside kind of fighter. At top level, there is level, and you've got to know how to box, brawl, counter, win rounds, lose rounds. You know, it's a game of 12 rounds, not just, you know, 1 to 5. And I believe the guys he's fighting, that's all they know, you know what I mean, how to just survive. When he fights me, it's a different game. He tries to imitate his old man. You know what I mean, he beat Jeff Horn, credit to him, but I did the same thing. You know what I mean, he hasn't done the things I've done, being in there with Cal Brooks. For the guys I fought, you know what I mean. I don't know, there's a reason why he hasn't stuck to his 4-5 plan, you know what I mean, he's fought 3 out of the 4. He hasn't fought me, there's a reason, you know what I mean. I wouldn't want to fight me, I'm a bad man. Tszyu's team offered us the fight. They're offering guys that retired triple the amount of money or double or triple the amount of money. I've done what he's done, and people forget that, and that's what annoys me a little bit. You know, everyone says, oh, he looks great against Jeff Horn, he knocked out Jeff Horn. I did the same thing, I was the first one to do it. It's a fight that I think Australian boxing need. Me and Tszyu are the 2 top dudes at the moment. He realised, you know, he made a big mistake by putting me in that 4-5 plan, you know. You look at the guys that he put in that plan, and they're just tough, walk-forward kind of dudes. He had Joel Camilleri, Dwight Ritchie, me and Horn. He's gone Joel Camilleri, Dwight Ritchie, Brubaker, Horn, you know. So he's replaced me with a guy that was 66 kilos. It's a clash of counter-boxer fighting counter-boxer. You know, he's always fighting guys that just walk forward with just, you know, not much defense and just all heart. There's been fights that Tszyu has had where he's been hurt with guys like Wade Ryan and, you know, guys overseas that aren't really world class. Take nothing away from them. You know, Wade Ryan's a very tough dude. 2021 was shocking the world. Statements will be made. When I heard that Tszyu was fighting Bowen Morgan, look, no disrespect to Bowen Morgan, I've never heard of him. He's got a great record and he seems like a tough opponent, but I mean, like I said, he's handpicking all his opponents and he's not testing himself against the best. He's calling himself the best, but not testing himself against the best. That's why I always have something to say about it, because, you know, I'm a fighter. I want to be a world champion, and everyone says you've got to clean out your backyard, and everyone's mentioning the Tszyu fight, and I'm like, mate, you know, we want that Tszyu fight. We've made it announced that we want that Tszyu fight, but, you know, we're not going to fight when you're disrespecting us like that, you know what I mean, and giving us a low ball offers and just push us to the curb like we haven't done anything, we haven't succeeded in our career. So it's disappointing that Tszyu's gone off to fight Bowen Morgan, but like I said, he can't run for too long. I've got big things ahead and he'll want what we have. That's when the tables turn. Whew. My next fight's against Anthony the Man Mundine, March 13 at the Bendigo Stadium. Mundine reckons that I motivate him and that the best Mundine will rock up on March 13, and I want that. I want the best Mundine. 2007, 2006 Mundine's not going to rock up, but I want the best Mundine that he could possibly be in. And everyone's saying he's an old man, this, that, but Mundine's passing all his medicals, and, you know, he's been cleared, and he's training right, eating right, sleeping right, recovering right. There shouldn't be any excuses. It's a fight that I'll ease into with my new team. You know, people are forgetting I've got a new team now, so I can't be jumping in with Canelo Alvarez. It doesn't just happen like that. People say, why aren't you fighting, you know, Triple G? Like, I can, you know, pick up the phone and say, hey guys, we're coming over next week. It just doesn't happen like that, you know, unfortunately. Or else I would. Like I said, I'm a fighter. I win, lose or draw, I'll fight these guys. I don't need to prove how big my balls are. I've been overseas, I've fought the best. You know, 23 years old, I was fighting world champions. I was going toe to toe with a guy 32-0 with 30 knockouts, the WBO world champion, Peter Quillen. It's a legacy fight for me. It's a fight I've always wanted. I reached out to him when I was 14 years old and I said I will retire you one day and I will fight you on MySpace back then. And, you know, who's done what Mundine has? There's not another fighter that has. You know, you got Jeff Horn's miraculous win over Pacquiao. He's dominated 2 sports and put Australian boxing on the map. I mean, I'm a fan of him, and I'll come out and say that clearly. Anthony Mundine's the man. He's an old man, but he's the man. And he actually came out and called me and said I motivate him, you know what I mean? So he always says his words, I'm going to knock that cat out. So, I mean, this is his opportunity. My name's bigger than his at the moment in the rankings. I made it clear that I wanted Tszyu, or I wanted a trilogy with Jeff Horn. If not, Anthony Mundine was the only one willing enough to step up and say he'll fight me. You know, come fight night, he said he will knock me out and he's going to make a dramatic comeback. I say bring it. Mundine will fall. I will knock Mundine out, and I guarantee it.